So we're gonna try and find a Lost Mountain Road by Sequim that goes south into Olympic National Park. I want to see if there's any trails or if there's any access to, you know, anything with a passenger car. There's another road by Port Angeles that I'm not sure of. Otherwise, Hurricane Ridge is our closest access if we can't get in those two roads.
Turn right onto the ramp to Bremerton West.
So I just got gas. The gas station has ethanol-free gas. It's expensive. It's $3.
In quarter mile, merge onto Washington 16 West.
$3.45 a gallon, but I think it's worth it. So we're basically going through Bremerton, Silverdale, and then we'll go across the Hood Canal Bridge and Sequim. I was gonna go to Mount Rainier, but with being Black Friday, I don't want to drive through Tacoma. I don't know if it'll be busy, but I don't even want to take the chance. So supposedly this place is only an hour and a half away, whereas Mount Rainier was, to go to Longmire, it was 2 hours. And so I got my warm jacket, boots, just in case there's a hiking trail I want to check out. Otherwise, it'll just be a scouting trip. Alright, we just went through Silverdale, 8 miles from Poolsbo. And this is the Navy base Bangor exit coming up. So far, traffic isn't too bad. So Poolsbo has some nice restaurants and little festivals. I've only been there twice, maybe. Oh, there's a really good bakery there. Just remembered. So this is the Poolsbo exit. It also goes to Bainbridge Island, which is a kind of a nice little town. It's not very big, but it has some restaurants and little stores. And from there, it's only a half-hour ferry ride to Seattle. Whereas from Bremerton, it's a 1-hour ferry ride to Seattle. And this is where we go to 2 lanes. Sounds like we might have a slowdown before we cross the Hood Canal Bridge. Always happens. We'll find out though. Finally made it to the Hood Canal Bridge. Yeah, I don't know if there's ever not a slowdown going across this thing. This is probably the most sun we've had in 2 or 3 weeks. So this is the way to Port Townsend, which is one of our favorite little towns to go to, especially when it's all decorated for Christmas. So off to the left is the Olympic National Park, and to the right is submarines get to the Bangor Navy base through here. I think that's the only reason they have this, practically, this drawbridge opening. Because otherwise the little boats can go over the bridge we just went over, or under the bridge. But this is the floating bridge. And we are entering Jefferson County. Usually going back the other way, there's a line. It seems like we always go through this right after they open it. So hopefully today that doesn't happen. So if you go left in a boat, Hood Canal eventually ends over by Belfair. And we are officially on the Olympic Peninsula now. I think we have another 50 miles to go, maybe. Just went past the Port Townsend turn. We have about 30 miles to Sequim, and then we get on our Lost Mountain Road, see how far we can get, and find out if there's any hiking trails. It's 52 out. It's not too bad. It's been fairly warm at night. Hasn't been down to freezing for weeks. It's been in the upper 30s, low 40s at night. I was gonna bring my chains, but we don't need them on this road. We need to get them in the trunk though, for in case we ever go to Mount Rainier or Hurricane Ridge, or just drive over any passes. After November 1st, it's required to have them in case you need to put them on. So we're in logging country now, basically. Lots of this has been cut down and replanted. Getting close to Highway 101, which goes down the west side of Hood Canal, and there's a bunch of access roads into the Olympic National Forest, and then eventually you can hike to the Olympic National Park from the trailheads. We've never really checked them out yet. We checked out one at the extreme southern part that you could drive a car to, but the rest of them I need to investigate yet and see if we can take our car on the road or not. Hopefully we can, because there's tons of trails and campgrounds and stuff. But you go through Quilcene, and if you keep going south, you'll go through Shelton, and you get to go around the Puget Sound through Olympia and then back up through Tacoma. It's a long drive. So Sequim is 25 miles, Port Angeles is 41 miles. So Port Angeles is where you get to the Hurricane Ridge Road, which is paved all the way to the top. Last time we tried to go there in the winter, there was a super long line, so we just left because they don't have a lot of parking in the winter at the top.
Half a mile, keep right at the fork. Follow signs for US 101 North.
This is the junction for 101 South coming up to Quilcene and Olympia.
Right at the fork.
So this is the Highway 20 junction coming up. It's another way to get to Port Townsend. And from there you can hop on the ferry and get to Whidbey Island, Coopville, and go north through Oak Harbor and Deception Pass State Park. It's fun. In the summer it's a long wait to get on the ferry, unless you're lucky and have reservations. I haven't been to Whidbey Island for a while. We went there a couple years ago, saw the Tulip Festival, and ate in Anacortes. Oh, good. This truck is turning. I don't think we have any semis in front of us now. But there's a neat little restaurant on the left. Fat Smitty's. I've never been there, but it's a burger place, and I definitely want to go there sometime. I think it's been there for decades. So here on the right is where the bike path starts, Olympic Peninsula Bike Path. I can't remember the official name for it, but it goes all the way past Port Angeles. And there's a little trail access point coming up. I think you can park off to the side here. One of these days we want to check that out. It's kind of hilly in places, so I don't know if it's the easiest, but it looks nice. It's all paved, and it's not part of the roadway. I think it's an old railroad track. But it goes past a few campgrounds, goes through Sequim. Oh, Sequim is fun, actually. If you want to go to Dungeness Spit, it's like a, I want to say 4 or 5 mile walk out to a lighthouse. It's really far. It's pretty hard too if you're walking in the sand. I've only done that once, and I think I didn't want to do it again, but I don't know. Maybe I would do it again. Definitely do it at low tide, so you bike trail, and I think they have a little artist shops, and there's a casino farther down the road. Seven Cedars Casino. Oh, it's neat. They have their Christmas lights up in the trees. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. But they have a nice gas station, convenience store. And the casino is coming up. Oh wow, they built a hotel. Last time I was coming through here, they had barely made any progress. It looks nice. It's really nice. We are almost to swim. This town surprisingly has a Costco. It's not a huge town. I want to say it's 10,000 people maybe, but Port Angeles is 10-15 miles away, and there's probably another 15,000 people there. Spread out the town, but the Dungeness bit is off to the northwest side of it. Basically a bunch of big acreages once you get out of the main part of town. And you can see the bike path on the left now. So I think there's a, if I remember right, there's a bunch of parking lots to access the bike path here that we need to check out. Probably be one of the best spots to bike from, because you could either go east or go west toward Port Angeles. It's about the halfway point. Alright, so we are on Taylor Cutoff Road. The map calls it Lost Mountain Road, so maybe it changes into Lost Mountain Road eventually. See how far we can get. Just saw a sign for Olympic National Park backpackers to call a number for a permit, so there must be hiking trail access. Can't imagine they're very busy. Like, we've never been down this road before, so might be a good place to start hiking from. Find out in about 10 miles. Alright, so we've been on Lost Mountain Road finally for a while. Not sure how far we can go, but we'll go to the end of it. haven't seen any more signs for the forest or national park or hiking trails since I saw that initial backpacking permit one. Past a bunch of gravel roads branching off to the left. But I'm hoping that this goes somewhere. To the end on my GPS. I see no road all of a sudden coming up, so might have to have four-wheel drive or know where you're going to get to the hiking trails. Feels like we're getting in the middle of nowhere. This is the end. So someone's house right there with a gate. So looks like you need to know where you're going to find the hiking trails. So there were no signs. So that's good to know. Definitely wouldn't plan on accessing anything without more investigation. Alright, so this is Slab Camp Road. One-lane road with turnouts. We'll see how far I think we can go. Definitely got some potholes. So we're on a Forest Service road, it looks like. Bunch of houses and stuff along it still, so must not be too bad. If it gets bad, we'll turn around. This is where it'd be nice to have a Jeep or a truck. Big pothole. Alright, I think we're officially back in the woods. These roads are kind of creepy. We might turn around when I can. Definitely would, I don't know if I'd want to bring an RV down these roads. I know some people do. They find their camping spots, but I feel it's very isolated. think we will turn around here. Must be something up ahead. That's the first regular kind of car I've seen. Had a Jeep go past earlier and drove past a burned out car and a chair just along the side of the road. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know if I feel very good about not having four-wheel drive on this road. I don't even think I would drive on this road without a Jeep. There's places I went by where you get off the road and you're in a couple feet of mud. I definitely want heavy duty tires though, I think. But, well, at least we checked it out. I don't think Forest Service roads are for this car. It would make it, but I don't know if it's worth risking a flat tire. It's definitely a single lane road with pullouts like the sign said. So when the Jeep went by, I pulled over to the side and just stopped. And it wasn't very wide. I wasn't going to get off of the road. Oh, right here you can see where people got off the road on the right there. I don't know how they got out. Someone pulled them or what? It's like they kept going for a while though. It'd be fun to have a Jeep and explore all these roads. I would definitely want someone with me, I think, and maybe a satellite phone even once you get back in here. I mean, there's no cell service. They must be, there's hunting though. I saw a grouse hunting sign when I turned on this road. It's too bad though there's not more signs for the trail access points. Unless, yeah, I don't know which road, I don't know which way I would have went. They gotta be somewhere though. But I'm gonna turn this off and make sure I get back to the main road. Oh, here comes a car. Wow, you can see the sound up ahead. I think the camera's picking it up. Now it's gone. Fish hatchery somewhere in front of me if I can figure out how to get to it. Or maybe it's just Fish Hatchery Road. Follows the Dungeness River, looks like. See if I see a sign for it when I get to this turn up here. It's a road. So I don't know if there's actually a fish hatchery or not. Alright, back in civilization. Cell phone service, barely. Yeah, I think I passed maybe half a dozen cars coming back out of there. But probably the majority of them being Jeeps. I think I saw one other passenger car, that was it, going up that road. Be nice to see what was up there, but I don't feel like getting stranded today. Got down to 42 at one point, back up to almost 50 now. I'll have to look at my gazetteer and see actually if there is trail access on any of those roads. Otherwise you're just driving around aimlessly, I guess. Which, I don't know how fun that is. Definitely creepy.